How could the people wear a latex suit when they're having sex? Those guys that do S&M
Yeah.
with the suit that sit on there and they put...
Echo stop. Yeah. Yeah. How can they have sex in latex suits?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking me?
I mean, it's like it's so tight and then you sweat it. They must lose 10 pounds a night. Oh, what a way to lose weight.
Could you imagine having sex in your costume right now?
Oh.
Is that why I'm assuming that's why you're asking me, right?
That would waste away to nothing.
Fair enough.
Hey, maybe that would be a good punishment for your brother.
Oh my God.
Put him in a latex outfit.
Well, it'd be good weight loss, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And watch the weight just melt off him.
Yeah. Thank you once again for watching the New World Order broadcast. We are coming to you live from the end of the world. I am your host, the Hat Man. This is your other host, Guy Fawkes.
Okay.
How you doing, Guy Fawkes?
Hey, we're doing good.
Why are you wearing a Guy Fawkes mask, Guy Fawkes?
Because I think it's time for a revolution.
Indeed it is.
London Parliament, maybe we should do the Washington.
Well, hey, listen, man, I gotta tell you one thing. I'm assuming that's Harry under there. I gotta tell you something, Harry, about our last podcast. Do you know how many views our last podcast got on YouTube?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to bring down your spirits.
Okay.
Our last podcast got 2 views,
okay,
on YouTube. So I think that we have experienced what has commonly been called shadow banning. Do you know what that is?
Somebody's censoring us.
Yeah, so basically if you do something on YouTube or any other social media platform where, you can get paid for views potentially. It's the old it's the stick and the carrot thing. So if you do something they don't like, what they'll do is they will shadow ban you because you haven't actually broken any of their community guidelines, which are notoriously vague anyway. But they just don't want anybody to see what you posted. So they just make sure that your video does not make the rounds, does not get promoted in any way, shape, or form. So we have, since we started this podcast, we have never had a video only get 2 views. Because when we started the podcast, I'd watch it, you'd watch it, Talking Head would watch it, and the Great White Huntress, who, by the way, everybody, we have the Great White Huntress is joining us. You can't really see her face, but she has that lovely green face.
She's behind us?
Yes, she
Ooh,
is. I know.
She turned green. She looked like a green pepper.
Yeah, well, that's the way her puppet looks on her channel. For some reason, she made a puppet of herself for her own YouTube channel, and she decided to give herself green skin because it's my favorite color. And also, she has like a giant nose. So it's fucking ironic, man. So I guess we thought a witch's mask would be appropriate. You can't really see it because I told you, Harry, she was way too tall.
She's Jewish. She's
Okay.
got a Jewish nose.
Yeah, right. But I told you she was way too tall. We can only see like half of her face in the camera. I told you that. I'm always right.
Okay, you're right.
Nobody listens to me. Nobody ever listens. It's the bane of my existence. You didn't even know she was behind you because you can't, it seems to me like you can't see or hear a damn thing
I got selective hearing.
Even with
selective seeing.
even with the fucking headphones
If I don't want to see it, I don't look at it.
You're like walking into shit in the way in. All right, listen. Guy Fawkes, we are all on the same page. It is time for a revolution, not just in this country, but in the world. Within the human spirit. We are about to break you. We are about to make you all slaves, which you already are, but you are going to be acknowledged slaves very shortly. I'm going to tell you how. That's what this podcast is all about. Harry, today's podcast is about sleep and dreaming and how the New World Order, that's me, controls the populace through sleep and dreaming.
You must be to Mr. Sandman.
Yeah, well, there's actually a science to it. And whether or not you believe in the occult, or psi phenomena, we're going to discuss some things today which will make that almost irrelevant. It's just a lot more interesting if you see it from that perspective. But let's do this. I'm going to give you an out. Because I said, I want to see how long you can last in that mask. So I'm going to give you an out. Why don't we go ahead and take that fucking thing off so that I can see your face and you can hear me and you can talk and people at home can hear you? Because we can barely hear you.
I guess you're jealous because I got a hat on too.
You can leave the hat on. Just take the damn mask off. We can barely hear you.
I am the spirit of freedom. Hey, that was a great movie.
It was a great movie. V for Vendetta is a fantastic movie.
Here we go. Here we go. The real guy behind the freedom mask.
All right, watch your headphones. Oh my goodness!
Oh, he's back.
V took his mask off. It was Harry the Taxman all along.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Oh, of course you knew.
You know, you could put the hat back on. You'd be like a Crocodile Dundee vampire. Be kind of badass.
I'll wear my country hat.
At least now we can hear you.
I like the sun. I gotta block the sun. I don't want to get a sunburn. I got the sunburn from this. I can't lay out in the sun no more because I joined the Vampires Club.
Good. The sun and I do not get along. We haven't gotten along for a long time. There is a secret behind the sun. The sun is not actually what you think it is, and that's why us, creatures of the night, eschew the sun. We understand that the sun is actually draining your life force, much like the New World Order. So, Harry, did you know that the greatest ongoing psychological operation in America is not in the news, but it's in the bedroom?
Oh, of course. Everything's in the bedroom.
Seems like everything of consequence is in the bedroom. Not only is the bedroom the poor man's opera, but there is a systemic erosion of sleep that is happening in modern life. And I'm here to tell you, it is not an accident. It is actually the primary tool for mass subjugation that we are using against the populace. Because, Harry, a tired population is a suggestible population. You are unable to think critically or muster the energy to rebel, whether or not you're wearing a Guy Fawkes mask.
Well, the point is, people are sleeping. We know that. And let's keep them asleep, and let's keep them sheep, because that's what the government wants. And people want to sleep because it's too inconvenient to open up your brain and think.
There's a great line from the new Manson album. I've been really digging his new album. He finally got sober. And just lyrically, it's really good. I mean, his lyrics are always really good, but I'm watching footage of him on stage, and he's just back in action, man. It feels like Manson from like the early 2000s again. But his new album, which I forget the name of, has this great line, "Keep sleeping, I'll make you dream of me." And that is exactly what is happening to everybody today. So I'll show you this real quick. I thought this was interesting. Let me get the interwebs up here. So here's a little statistical graph, and this is from the CDC, just so people do not accuse me of making this shit up. Almost 40% of all people in the United States do not get enough sleep. Age adjusted, this is for adults, which is considered anything that's not a child or a senior. So adults, pretty big margin there as far as age goes. But you can see it. Overall, female and male. And it hasn't changed. It's slightly increasing the amount of people that are not getting an adequate amount of sleep per night. But it's hovering right under 40% for the entirety of the population. And I do not believe that is an accident. If you do not have enough sleep, you are easier to manipulate. And frankly, there's a very occult origin to this type of manipulation. But Harry, how many hours do you get to sleep a night?
Sometimes 10 to 12 hours.
That's awesome. Good for you, man.
Get up once a night and then go back to sleep.
Now when you wake up, I know that you usually take like a short nap, maybe in the middle of the day or later in the day. Yeah. When you wake up, do you typically feel rested?
To a degree.
Yeah.
But then again, I sleepwalk into the bathroom, do my business, walk back to the bedroom, and crawl underneath my sleeping bag again.
Right.
And I go back to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I know that when you get up, I mean, generally, I know that you get up a couple times a night, typically once or twice a night to use the restroom, as many of us do. But I know that typically when you wake up, I'll already be awake because I don't sleep a whole lot, generally speaking. I'll be here and you'll just walk right in and strike up a conversation about taxes or dreams that you had or what you're going to do for the day or something, and you don't seem to be fatigued at all. Most people that I have the pleasure or displeasure of knowing, when they wake up in the morning, it takes them a couple hours to get going, man. They got to get their gears going. It seems like the more they sleep, the more tired they get. You know what I mean?
I guess their brain don't recognize their body right away.
Mm.
They don't connect.
I have a theory why that might be. Now, there's a lot of influences to keep people from getting really restful sleep. So, let me put it this way. I'll give you one thing, and then we'll talk. I want to talk with you a little bit about that high frequency that wakes you up at night.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk to you a little bit about that because I experienced that too. But let me lay some groundwork here of what I believe may be happening. Let's consider for a moment that physical reality is simply the outer shell or manifestation of a deeper hidden truth. The actual format of reality, let's think about it like a computer game. All right, let's think about it as simply information. Living beings are like avatars that get to interact in this simulation and play the game. But all that you're doing is your brain is really just taking in information, maybe rule sets that say, hey, you can't go through objects. So that's a rule set. So that's the way I'm going to experience reality because the information packet that I've downloaded when I was born or whatever, that's part of the information packet. That's a rule set. You see what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of times you'll have like crazy shit that happens in reality that everybody dismisses, most people dismiss, but is supposed to be physically impossible or physically unachievable. But from time to time, these things do happen, and psi phenomenon especially has such a statistical above chance when you look at the metadata. It's impossible, in my opinion, for anybody with an open mind to think that this stuff isn't really happening. But as far as sleep and as far as being tired, here's what happens. Basically, when you sleep, you go from your focus being all of the inputs of this physical reality to none of those inputs. So you have zero input from physical reality, unless something very loud happens or somebody shoves you or jostles you awake. You know what I mean? So all of your inputs now are not tuned to this physical reality. So in essence, where are you? Now, when people talk about out-of-body travel, I don't think you're actually traveling anywhere. I think what's happening, and I'm right, because I'm always right, but nobody listens to me, is that you're just absorbing inputs from other spaces. You're absorbing other than this physical reality's default inputs. So you're taking in a lot of information from other places. It's not really places. Just think about it like a computer. Like when you go visit a website, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
You're just taking in different data points, different information, So let me frame it this way. I think what's really happening through all of these various devices that modern culture is using is what we call, in the secret order that I'm a part of, the path of death. Now, remember I was talking to you a little bit about, Mr. Miyagi. I was quoting Mr. Miyagi to you, and I said left path, squish, right path, or something like that. He said the opposite. But basically, if you want to go to sleep, you should have total interrupted sleep, where you are not taking in any information.
You're shutting yourself down.
Precisely. You're not taking in any external information whatsoever. So nothing, let's say disembodied entity perhaps, can start streaming its rule sets into your head, which would be like being visited by an astral entity. You're not picking up any frequencies. You are shut off. Everything that you are experiencing is within your own self. Nothing external is coming in. And that is the pure, restful sleep that everybody needs to get, but nobody seems to get anymore.
They don't get it because they got something in their mind. They keep thinking about it. They worry about it. And if you think, well, screw it, I ain't going to worry about it. Good night.
Yeah, and you have to make a real conscious decision to shut it down like that.
It's a physical thing.
Well, you don't think it's a like a psychological thing? I mean,
it can be trained. Remember the Manchurian Candidate?
Yeah.
It's a form of brainwashing or training, like we train a puppy dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you could discontinue your brain from your body and you just shut yourself down, you will get 8 to 10 hours sleep. But then again, your brain is not working.
Right.
It's not receiving signals.
Right.
At all. So therefore you learn to shut yourself down.
It's, especially in modern life, that's quite a discipline. Almost nobody that I know can do that.
Well, they worry about everything.
Exactly.
Well, like a guy that's working, he said, oh my, it's 10:45. I have to get to sleep. I have to get up 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to go to work.
Yep.
Gee, I wonder if the weather's going to be bad. It's snowing outside. Maybe they'll shut the factory down because nobody get out there. We'll get 2 feet of snow.
Right.
And they got all these worries.
Right.
And they got things to do, and the things can't get done, so they worry about it.
Well, and they do not have the ability to just let the world be the world, without them, even for 8 hours. I mean, most of the things that people worry about never happen. People expend so much energy on worry, on their anxieties. And most of the shit that they worry about when they project themselves into the future, and they imagine all sorts of these crazy things happening to them, these horrible manifestations, potential futures. Most of that shit's never going to happen. Maybe like 2% of it might even become close to a real possibility. But most of the shit never happens, but people just can't let it go. They're like dogs with a bone. They got to keep gnawing on it.
Their tail.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And we want it that way. So that is pure and perfect sleep. You're going to enter REM no matter what, because REM, you're in an alternate reality. The trick is, when you enter that deep sleep, if you want to wake up feeling rested, you can't be subject to outside input. But, Harry, do you know how you get the best way to train yourself to have real deep sleep where you're completely shut off from everything that's external?
How's the best way?
I'll tell you. Here's the secret. When you're awake, you have to actually be fucking awake.
Oh, okay. You can't be somebody's puppet.
You can't be walking through your day half asleep, sleepwalking, daydreaming, lollygagging in some other alternate reality. And Harry, that's what most people are doing 24/7. When they're awake and they're talking to you, or they're working, or they're doing something. I mean, have you ever noticed that, like, you go to a store and you ask the clerk for something and he gets you completely the wrong thing? I mean, Jesus Christ, do you speak English? You can confirm that most of the times they do. And, what the fuck is the excuse? Here's what's going on, Harry. They're not really here. They're off somewhere else. They're giving this reality, this construct, the minimal amount of attention it requires. Just enough to get by, and most of the times, not adequate. People are daydreaming and sleepwalking through their entire lives.
They're not really happy on their job, and they're thinking they should be somebody else.
Yeah. Instead of trying to change it.
It's like a sports event.
Uh-huh.
I want to be the world's champion. Oh, guess what? That guy in the ring's doing it for you, and now you feel like you're the champion because you're cheering for him. But it's not real.
Living your life vicariously through somebody else. Yeah, hey, that can be a part of it. And listen, I'm an artist. I'm a creative person. I get great benefit out of daydreaming. But I've gotten to the point where I realize, it's draining a tremendous amount of my energy if I don't control it. That is the key. I mean, if you make a decision, I don't want to be here right now, I'm going to go off somewhere else. Fucking do it. Do it 100%.
Walk away.
Yeah, fucking do it. Go some imaginary world in your mind, or, astral travel to a different place that we've all co-created for a little bit. But hey, when you're done and you come back, how about being here? How about being present in the moment? But I'll show you here's how most people treat their present.
Yep.
That's not really being here, is it?
No. That's being locked up in that little box that you carry.
Yeah.
Now, I don't carry my phone sometimes.
You got a fucking flip phone.
Yeah, I got an old flip phone.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just forget the phone because I don't want to have the phone.
Right.
Because I get annoying calls anyway. So nobody wants to call me. I'm the forgotten man.
The telemarketers seem to like you.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to get my money.
Everybody wants your money.
Everybody's after my money. Like I said, I don't know how they find out what's in the bank, or if I owe anything, and when they find out I don't owe anything, let's go after him, try to get him to spend some money.
Yeah.
Well, that's as much as you trying to open up a fucking clam that's shut.
Hey, listen, if the IRS can't get your money, I don't think anybody else has a lick of a chance.
Yep, they tried.
Yeah. Motherfuckers, you're barking up the wrong tree. Give it a break. Yeah. But you still get those fucking calls all the time.
No, they haven't called me in years.
Really? Yeah, you got a telemarketer call the other morning. I overheard you. You still get the telemarketer calls?
Yeah, telemarketer calls, but I play my stupid voice, and if they're Indian, not interested, click.
Yeah. Yeah, do your voice for us when you pick up the phone on a telemarketer.
Hello? I can't hear you. Hello? Oh, I'm old. I got hard of hearing problems. What are you felling? I'm not interested. Goodbye.
You'll be over in the front of the bunker, and I'll be back here in the studio. And here's what it sounds like from over here. Hello?
Yeah, that's what you like do. Somebody that's 90 years old.
That's what you do to him, man. It's fucking funny as shit.
It's like the guy that did the Porky Pig voice to the telemarketers. Drives them crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not good at that. And then when they asked me, how do you live without a credit card? I said, very well. Or they call, Klein's Funeral Home.
Nice. Well, yeah, but you're still using your last name, so you should probably say like somebody else, like Vanderplatt or something. Otherwise, good. Is Harry the Taxman Klein there? You know.
Yeah, well, no one calls Harry's tax service.
Right.
I don't know. They're afraid.
Exactly. Well, so this is what I think is going on with people nowadays, especially with the rise of social media and everything. And we're going to take a look at a few clips. But I think that what's happening here is just you're never fully awake and you're never fully asleep. And that's what we call the path of death. So, Harry, I'm going to tell you exactly what we want from the human cattle. The path of death is exactly what we want. And the wonderful thing is I can give away the secret because although I'm always right, nobody listens to me. So I can just, secret in plain sight, like the New World Order and the Illuminati is fond of doing. What we want is we want you to be walking that treadmill, that path of death. Because if you're fully awake, if you're fully vital and fully healthy, all of that extra life force, all of that extra energy that you produce, you're going to figure out a way to make good use of it for yourself. Make your life better. Make yourself happier. Make the world a more fulfilling and vibrant place for yourself and those that you care about. So, Harry, we don't want that because we want to use all of that extra energy that you're producing.
You're the vampire.
That's right. That's exactly what we are. So the more energy you produce that you're not making use of, there's the potential for us to go ahead and hijack that energy. We can use that energy for our own devices. So really what we want you to get enough sleep and enough nutrition and feel good enough about yourself that you're basically healthy. But we don't want you healthy enough that you're going to make use of your own energy. We want you to feel a little sick, a little depressed, a little hopeless, a little tired. Not quite here. You don't quite know what to do. Maybe I'll just sit down and scroll through my phone. It's a lot of work to sit down and put together an action plan and follow through on it. I I think I'll just let me look at what other people are doing. Maybe that will inspire and motivate me. But it never does.
Because they don't have the courage to step out of their box. They're trapped. They know it.
Well, Harry,
And
courage.
it's comfortable. It's safety.
Yes.
It's compliance.
Yes.
And when you step outside the box, look at him. Look what he's doing. Nobody else does that.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He's got maybe a little more energy or maybe a little more willpower.
That's right.
Take the chance at that.
That's right.
Take a chance at life.
A part of the reason why that person who you admire, who has the energy and the courage and the willpower to actually do something, part of the secret is getting some fucking sleep. Turning off so that your body, and maybe even your soul, if you believe in such nonsense, has the ability to tune itself up and repair the damage that you've done to it throughout the day. And nobody fucking does that. So here's a really good point. Here's what I'd like to say. You're not tired because you're busy. You're busy because you're tired. And we need you that way. We love it. Because you can't come up with your own program. You don't have the energy necessary for courage and willpower. You're not going to come up with your own thing to do. So we're going to come up with it for you. Hey, I got this really great job opportunity. How do you feel about working 80 hours a week? Hey, listen, we're going to pay you $75,000 a year. That looks good on paper. Oh, you live alone? Oh, man. Well, rent right now is about $2,500 a month, and then you're also in the higher tax bracket now, so you're going to pay about 30% in taxes. I think if you calculate that, at the end of the month, if you don't have a car payment and you barely eat food, you might have about $100 left over for savings. Good for you, buddy. A penny saved is a penny earned. Good job. Now, doesn't that sound like an awesome opportunity? You can come over and work for me for 80 hours a week, pay for your own captivity, and just barely eke by. I think that's a pretty good program.
That's paying for your own prison.
That's exactly what it is.
That's a prison. You'll pay a mortgage is a prison payment.
Yes.
A car payment is extortion.
Yes.
Traffic tickets are extortion.
Sure.
Taxes are extortion.
Yeah.
Why should I had a 10-year-old kid. I went to a flea market. He's 10 years old. The kid asked his father, "Daddy, why are we paying taxes?" I look at the kid. Gee, kid, you're on the ball. You're smart.
Yeah, dude. How old was this fucking kid? Where did you meet him again?
He was 10 years old. I went to the flea market. I picked up the Halloween costume.
Yeah.
And here's this kid told his father, "Why do we pay taxes?" And the father couldn't answer him. So I gave the kid, 10 years old, a quick lesson.
I'll bet you did.
And the father's looking at me like, where is this coming from? Then I had him take a picture of the sign on the truck.
Yeah.
Go check out
the father.
website.
Yeah, the father. Yeah.
And like I said, the father didn't have the answers. I did.
Yeah.
But the kid was smart.
Well, I think for a 10-year-old to ask that question, you're a thinker. You gotta be a thinker. Holy shit. You know what I mean?
You have garbage in your brain.
Not yet.
You're not controlled.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Now, I think as time goes on, that young man, he's got a chance. I think he has a native intelligence that is rare. But we're going to fill his head with so much garbage that spark
he's going
will
to have
diminish.
He's going to have to be willing to stand out of the box.
Yeah.
And maybe be ridiculed by his friends. Or give the teacher a hell of a fucking lesson.
Yeah.
On what the truth is. And when he goes into the American history and they try to teach him about the American government, he's going to say, "Nah, that's wrong."
Yeah, but Harry, how many of us, fuck that. How many human beings would you say percentage-wise end up retaining that anti-authority, that bullshit detector that we all have when we're kids?
Maybe 10%, 15%.
Jesus, I think you're being fucking generous.
Yeah, I'm being generous, but then again, you got to be able to accept the consequences.
Yeah.
That's people don't want to accept the consequences.
Yeah. Well, it's like Anton LaVey said. You know, if you get a really neat car, you know, and you're gonna have the hillbilly next door come over to you and go, "Yeah, but what you gonna do when you need parts?" And LaVey's response was, "There's always a price to be paid for individuality."
No,
there are consequences.
People don't even think out of the box. I mean, I look at something, let's see if I could fix it. Let's see if I could jury rig something. And 9 out of 10 times, I find a way to jury rig it that it works. But like I said, most people don't think. They stop functioning because that's the way society wants them.
And society, we don't want human beings to be competent, strategic thinkers. What we want them to do is whatever we decide we want them to do whenever we decide we want them to do it. That's why even if you have a great job, you can't afford to live. We want people to always be desperate, but not enough that they're just going to kill themselves.
George Carlin was absolutely right. He was ahead of his time when he told him, we just give you enough to be a robot to keep the machinery going.
I don't remember George Carlin ever saying that, but it was definitely an attitude I'm sure he'd agree with.
And remember the 1920 film, Metropolis?
Yes.
From Germany?
Yes.
Same thing. Everybody should watch that, and then they'll figure out, wait a minute, where do I fit, on top or the bottom?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're going to find out they're on the bottom.
You are the workers powering the machines to give the elite our pleasure domes. Congratulations. I appreciate it. Yes. I'm not here to create an empire, Harry. I'm not here to create an empire. I am here to take advantage of those idiots that work their asses off all day long thinking they're going to create an empire. I'm just going to take advantage of what they built.
Well, because they don't want to think, you take advantage of what make your life better.
That's right.
But if you want an empire, remember the way the Roman Empire went down. The citizens, what 1,000 years, they were living a good life. All of a sudden, here comes the barbarians.
That's right.
And they took over Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they got so lazy, they didn't want to think for themselves. They got thrown bread by the emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you feed me. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But I love when, what was that? It was, not Nero, but the other one.
Are you talking about Caligula?
Caligula, when he took all the senators.
All right, we're gonna talk. We're discussing the movie, not the historical character here. Yeah.
It was like when he took all the senators' wives. We need more taxes. Okay, you senators, all your wives are going to the brothel. You want to be a slave? Now you're a slave.
Yeah.
You're a sexual slave for it.
Well, now tell me a little bit about the frequencies that keep you up at night too.
Oh, the frequencies that are coming off the EMF meters and the smart meters, they're changing your...
Now, when you say smart meters, a lot of people might not know what you're talking about.
The electric power
We're
company.
talking about the smart meters that measure your electric usage on the outside of your house. They switched from manual meters to digital meters that now give off like a Wi-Fi signal so that they can read your electric usage remotely.
Right.
Yeah.
They act like a radio transmitter.
Right.
And the magnetic electric meters that we had did not give off these frequencies. These frequencies change your DNA, and the frequency goes 75 feet off the back of your meter, and it goes like 200 feet in front.
Yeah.
And it attacks your DNA.
Does it attack your DNA?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I have the meter.
Yeah.
And I went to people's houses and I found all their hot spots.
Yeah, but I mean, have they done tests where
Yes, they have.
DNA tests like before and after prolonged exposure? Really?
Yes, I got the report that's over 25 years old by 40 doctors in Europe and America, and these doctors they have credentials backing themselves up.
Yeah.
And because the power companies bought the politicians, they keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of damage. Now, if you have a baby, brand new baby, and you have a room in the smart meter there, they're constantly crying because they're being bombarded 191,000 times a day.
Mm.
All right? Now, I have a meter. I could go in my meter right now, and you could read it, but I have a solution for mine. Mine is called shungite,
right,
and it does help. But a lot of people don't believe it. But this has been working in Russia for like 200 years.
Yeah, I know. So your theory on the shungite is this mineral that came from an asteroid, and most of it's found in. Hang on, I'm talking. Most of it's found in Russia. This interrupts the frequencies from the EMFs.
Yes, and it breaks up the frequencies to a less harmful frequency.
Right.
Now, even my doctor friend, he agrees with me.
Dr. Olar agrees with this?
Dr. Robert Olar agrees with me.
All right.
But then again, he's not an idiot either. But he knows because he's a scientist and he knows.
Yeah. Yeah, so tell me about what your experience is when these things wake you up. What is it like?
Oh, I hear buzzing, and at about 3 o'clock in the morning, they overload the meter.
Yeah.
And I hear, it's like a humming sound, and it gets me up.
Yeah.
And then I have to go to the bathroom, and then to try and get back to sleep.
Yeah.
Once they shut it off, I get back to sleep.
Yeah.
Headphones stop it, nothing stops it. But then again, I don't have it as bad as a lot of houses.
Yeah. Now, I do not notice it as much here, but I did start to become sensitive to it when I moved to Philadelphia. And there were a lot of nights at 3 a.m. where there's like, I don't hear a hum so much. A hum, or maybe it's easier for me to ignore it. It's kind of like becoming nose blind. Yeah. Like if something stinks really bad, like you live in a Kennett Square in Pennsylvania where they grow all the mushrooms, you just stop smelling the shit after a while. So like hums, I can ignore hums. Like I won't realize that there's been a hum until it switches off. You know what I mean? But the chirping. The chirping would wake me up. It's like beep, 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 beep,
Russian cricket.
Yeah. You told me about that, and I had never heard that term before. Why is it called the Russian cricket?
I don't know where they put the term in, but it is called the Russian chirping sound. And the only reason why you don't hear it as much here than you did in Philly, because I got a piece of shungite against the smart meter.
Yeah.
In the back of the meter.
Yeah, I know. I see it. The plate on the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my weapon against it.
Right.
I stopped 95% of it. But the thing is, I'm more sensitive to it than most people. And if anyone in listening to this broadcast knows about shungite.
Well, Harry, if YouTube has their way, nobody's going to listen to this broadcast.
Well, like I said, if there's anybody that wants to check it out, look up shungite.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. I mean, I haven't run my own tests, but it's interesting. Speaking of YouTube, the reason why I think our last episode got shadow banned, and I'm not certain that they shadow banned our entire channel. I mean, we'll find out tomorrow when this goes up. But I think the reason why they shadow banned our last episode. Now, we're gonna play a game here, where I have 2 words. The first word is a single word, and the second word is a compound word, and I can't say it because then this episode will get shadow banned too. But what we were talking about on the last episode was first word. A room, and don't say the answer if you know it. A room inside a school where you learn is a blank room. That's the first word. Now, second word is a compound word. Here's the first part of the compound word. This is what it's called when two nations fight each other. And then the second part of the compound word is what we call the complexion of an Irish person or a ginger. So there's your first word. Second word's a compound word. All right. That's what we were talking about on the last podcast. I don't know if you got the answer. Did you get the answer?
No.
All right. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you. I'm not gonna show. Whoops. I'm not gonna show the audience because then we will get banned. That's what we were talking about on the last podcast, and that's why I think we got shadow banned.
Yeah, well...
Fucking makes sense, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because that's the one thing they do not want people talking about. We want people fighting each other. We don't want people coming after us. That's a no-no. Where the fuck is my mouse? Oh.
You lost your mouse, you didn't feed trees to it.
But yeah, so yeah, but if anybody does get to see this, check out Shungite. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, I mean, Harry, there you go. You are not allowed to be rested. You're not allowed to be at peace. You're not allowed to have your own energy for your own utilization. It is being harvested by me and beings like me because that makes us more powerful. And frankly, it's kind of like money. And what's the quote from the Wolf of Wall Street? It's better off. It's like money. Your money's better off in my hands. I know how to spend it better. People, human beings lack so much creativity. It's almost like you don't deserve to have your own things. You don't deserve to have your own money or your own energy. What are you going to do? All of a sudden, you're going to become disciplined and forward-thinking and strategic and willful? No, you're not going to do any of that. You're going to do more drugs and booze because you don't have the confidence to have hope. You don't think you can change your circumstances, and that's perfect.
Of course. Look at the Charlie Wilson War. I mean, in the end, he just decided to help the people of one country, and then it ended up that was $80 billion that we were supporting on.
Yeah.
And they became our welfare clients.
Yeah.
And now the American people say, why are we sending $80 billion to them?
Well, not only like Charlie Wilson's war, but yeah, and I mean the people that use your tax money, they're bigger vampires than anybody. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's just the legal mafia there. That's all it is. But on top of that, I mean, do you remember the episode of Dark Mirrors that we watched the other day where the bitch was spouting advertisements?
Oh, the one that got that inserted on the head, that little thing? Yeah,
so the episode was this woman had a traumatic brain injury or I think it was a tumor.
Yeah.
And what they did, they had a new technology. They're going to take all the information in the section of brain that they have to cut away, download it in the servers, and then they replace the section of brain they have to cut away with like this mechanical thing that will continually download the information from the servers because it's not big enough to hold all that information in the part of the brain. So as long as she's within the network, she'll be herself and she'll be alive. They took the tumor out. But then she has a subscription package because it's all based on servers and she has to be within the network. So basically she's constantly downloading information inside this mechanical part of her brain. And they're like, oh, it's $300 a month. And then they change the package. Like, okay, yeah, but you're on basic. So now we're going to download advertisements into your brain. And if you want a lack of ads, now it's going to be $800.
Yeah, and then it keeps going up.
Yeah,
it's like being a drug pusher,
dude. People who make commercials, they love when you fall asleep watching TV. We don't need you to be awake to get our message across. We would prefer you to be asleep. Asleep. Because none of you ever really go to sleep, just like none of you are ever really awake. You're always just kind of lollygagging in between, not really having the determination to do one or the other. You think, oh, shit just happen automatically. And now you fall asleep watching TV, you get all those commercials. That's basically being injected right into your fucking head.
Does that sound like the medical profession? With your network, your medical coverage, your insurance? Oh, we don't cover that operation. You have to pay heavy premiums if you want.
All right, well, you're talking about the Dark Mirrors episode? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're making fun of. Yeah. Yeah.
Again, they control what the medical treatment you get by how much premium you pay.
Now let's talk about some of the devices that we use to keep people from having deep, restful sleep. Aside from what I brought up, which is being never quite awake while you're supposed to be here. And everybody talks about this, out-of-body experience like it's like such a fucking cool thing. And don't get me wrong, it's pretty fucking cool. However, let's start off for a second. Let's try having an in-body experience. Maybe let's try that first. Maybe let's try being, mindful and present and fully here while we're here playing this insane game, whatever this is. I mean, you don't play a game and then think about, I wish I was taking a shit right now going on Twitter. Dude, you decided to play a game. Fucking play it. I mean, for Christ's sake, play the fucking game. Be present in it. Enjoy it for what it is. Because it's going to be over soon and you're going to lose. Okay? You're going to die. So enjoy it while you have it. Now, let's look at some of the things that we use to do this. Now, I brought up, and you were talking about the Russian crickets and the humming from the meters, the EMF signals that they give you. And whether or not it's the smart meters, there's a lot of frequencies that are being pumped out. Television's a big one, that are definitely there to interrupt your natural processes, to keep you from resting. Here's another one. Harry, have you ever heard of this? Blue light.
Blue light?
Yeah.
Let's see, what about I can't recall what a blue light is.
Here's what it is. Very simple. It's light that's at a Kelvin temperature that is closer to the sun. It's blue light. So that's all it is.
The only thing I've had problem with the new light bulbs, they are giving off frequencies also.
Oh yeah, well they all have little computer chips in them that connect to your Wi-Fi. Yeah, these all do. All our studio lights do. Yeah.
So you don't know what they're eliminating out of the light.
Well, I mean, unless you get tungsten lights, which is a very yellow light, but nowadays the LEDs, and I mean, which you can manipulate the color on if you get the color changing ones, you can make it a softer Kelvin. But you remember the corkscrew pigtail light bulbs, the fluorescent light bulbs that everybody was doing for a while? Those are all like super blue in color. And then you have your laptop, and I know you're on your laptop.
Oh, you got the glasses that you watch the screen, that you to stop the blue light from entering your eyeball?
No, what they actually have on modern computers is they have a sleep mode, where if you're laying down to go to bed, you want to start getting tired, you want to start that process of your body creating and releasing melatonin into your bloodstream. You can hit a switch on your computer in the settings, and it will remove all of the blue light from the screen. So it'll be predominantly a warmer red color. And I think cell phones do that too, but frankly, I don't think anybody fucking bothers to do it. They're laying in bed, scrolling through their cell phone, basking in blue light until they eventually pass out. And guess what? You're not really sleeping. You're still kind of just hovering there. You know what I mean?
Well, people don't know how to disconnect their brain from their body and get a restful sleep.
So
it's a different state.
Yeah. So here's the way that I like to think about it. It's kind of like a modern magical ritual. The incantation is the endless scroll. The sacrifice is your melatonin. The blue light keeps you in like this state of low grade hypnagogia, where you're just like, basically hypnagogia is like when you just start to fall asleep and you start seeing images and shit before you actually fall asleep. And scientists will call it a hallucination. It's not. But basically, it's going to keep you in a low grade hypnagogia, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's like a waking dream state, which is pretty much the same state that people are in while they're walking around awake. A waking dream. And that makes you the most susceptible to programming and advertising. So we can fucking control you. That's the name of the game, baby. That's what we're doing. So you not only give us your energy, and you not only sacrifice your life through work and everything, but also you're going to be more susceptible to advertising. You can sacrifice your money as well.
That's what everybody's after.
Yeah.
Now, if the illusion of money traps your life, now that becomes a trap that's all you see. But you give up what you really want to be happy. What's your limit on how much money to make you happy?
To make me happy?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, there's no amount of money that somebody could offer me where I would say, no, that's too much. I mean, do you have an amount of money that if somebody offered it to you, you would say, no, that's too much?
Well,
is there such a thing as too much money, Harry?
Yeah, there's this thing that you turn jobs down because you think it's not worth it.
Yeah. That's too much money?
The risk is too much. The consequences will be too hard. If anybody wins the $1.1 billion tonight,
yeah,
their life is going to be miserable because all your relatives are coming out of the woodwork. Your cousins from 6 times removed. Your friends are going to hit upon you. You better hide.
Well, Harry...
and then the banks are going to chase you, and the lawyers are going to chase you, and the stockbrokers are going to chase you. You better hide, and hide good.
Harry, if you ever win the lottery for big money, first of all, if you have such a low opinion of wealth,
yeah,
why do you play the lottery?
I want my mountain.
Yeah, okay.
I want to build a compound.
Yeah, so what are you going to do with the rest of it once you build your compound on the mountain? You going to give it away?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to have your own...
And you know what? We're going to make a bet. How much you want to make a bet? I'm not fucking miserable.
Okay. I'll build you a studio.
You're not building me shit. Just give me the rest of your money. We'll make a bet. Gentleman's bet.
I can't spend it.
I'll take all your extra money, and I won't be miserable.
No, I'm just going to test the banks. I'm going to say, okay, I want $1 million a month taken out in cash. The second month, I want $2 million. And then the third month, I want $3 million taken out in cash.
Yeah.
And I want to continue it like that until they get a notice from the IRS, and they're gonna say, "What's this guy doing with this money?" Because they want to know what I'm doing with the money.
Yeah, man, this mo money, mo problems bullshit, man. I don't get it. Now, I agree with you, Harry, that money can be a trap.
Yeah.
Okay, but having a lot of it would improve my life drastically.
Yes.
Okay, so stop saying whoever wins the lottery tonight is going to end up being miserable. You don't fucking know that. They could end up being so fucking happy it would make you squirm. It would make you diabetic just to watch their life.
Yeah, well, if you got a bad case of diabetes, then there's no hope.
Dude, I meant that as a fucking joke. It's a metaphor. Like, oh, it's so sweet, it's going to make me diabetic. Do you get the joke?
It's not going to cure you.
Never mind.
Okay.
You missed it. You missed it.
Yeah, well, like I said, the only people going to be happy is the government because they're going to take 50%.
Yeah, you don't think the person who wins is going to be happy. I got you. I would be very happy. So when you buy your mountain and you create your bunker, you give me the rest of it. I promise you I'll be happy.
Yeah, okay.
I promise.
You'll get your studio.
No, don't build me anything. Just give me all your extra money.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be happy. I promise you I'll be happy.
Yeah, because what the hell? Money's not going to improve my body. It's still clocking.
No, actually, it can. It can buy you better medical care. Jesus Christ. But here's the way that money is a trap. Okay, but what you're doing right now is what poor people always do. It's you want to feel better about the fact that you don't have as much. So you're like, you know what? This is actually really good because people who are rich, they get weird and they're wasteful and they don't treat their kids right. How many rich people have you met? I have met thousands of rich people. I used to work almost exclusively for rich people. Most of them are better. They're just better people. That's my objective experience. That's obviously it's my opinion, but from my lens, I was just watching them for years and years and years. That is what I objectively witnessed. They're just better. Their kids are better behaved. They're happier. They have more fun. They enjoy life. They have a sense of accomplishment. They have more courage. They have more confidence. And they're just less what's that fucking thing? They're less neurotic. Poor people are fucking neurotic.
Well, that's on the bottom line. But what do you get used to?
Yeah. And then you start telling yourself that you don't want more. But here's the way that money is a trap. The cult of the hustle. Now, there is this glorification on the internet where you always gotta be hustling. You always gotta be grinding. What? You're not working 18 hours a day? Fuck you. You deserve to be poor. I'm always hustling. I'm always grinding. That's why I'm so fucking successful. Yeah, well, guess what, buddy? You're also sleeping 3 hours a day. You're on coke and amphetamines, and you're probably going to die by the time you're fucking 50. At least I hope, because you're also annoying. So that's where I think that money can be a trap, is the wheel. The cheese on the end of the stick that keeps you running after it.
Or the carrot in front of the donkey that you ride in a donkey.
Goddamn right. Never catch it. That's where money's a trap, in my opinion. And I know that you're not a big part of, watching this sort of thing online. I know you watch Facebook Reels a lot. But if you end up in a certain part of the algorithm, it's just going to keep feeding you videos about these hustlers, these grinders. I'm hustling and grinding 24 hours a day. And the lifestyle that they promote, holy shit, it would kill you in a week if you actually did it. Obviously, all of them are lying, or they're on coke and amphetamines.
I'd rather have my lifestyle and live to be another 20 years.
Me too. Here's your lifestyle. You get up and say, what do I want to do today? And then you go do it, and then you take a nap, and then you do nothing, sit on the computer, we watch a movie, we have some food, and then you go to sleep, you wake up, and you repeat the process.
Right.
Fucking amazing. That's the best life to have.
No, I have no problem with that. It's like I'm not being chased.
Right. And you're not chasing anything.
I'm not chasing anything. I'm not dragging my ass and keep chasing the damn thing.
Yeah.
I made you a good steak tonight.
It was fantastic. Steak and peppers, baby.
That's I like cooking.
Yeah. Well, you do what you like.
Yep. Well, that's part of it. I wouldn't want to do it for a living.
It's like, right, and that's a completely different thing. I don't think it's natural for most people to do the same thing all day, every day. I mean, that just sounds like it would suck. And we've all done it. We've all had jobs. It just, even if you love doing the thing, you're going to get to a point where, like, Jesus Christ, this again? You know, you want to mix it up a little bit after a while.
Long enough.
I mean, if you love cooking, but if you got a job as a cook, how long do you think you'd be able to do that job before you fucking got sick of cooking?
Oh, I'll get burned out.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as this hipster grind bullshit, it's almost like a cultural spell. It's like rise and grind. Have you ever heard any influencer on the internet say that? Rise and grind?
No, I have never heard.
Yeah, it's a fucking thing. And it's like a prayer to the god of productivity. And hey, listen, the god of productivity is just another name for the new world order. We have made exhaustion a status symbol. You're welcome. If you're not exhausted, you're not working hard enough. And guess what? The harder you work, the more we gain. Not you, we do. Isn't that lovely, Harry? I think that's a wonderful thing.
Slavery's a good question for that. Slavery's been around a long time.
Yeah, and nowadays we've just learned how to obfuscate it a little bit. It's not obvious, but it's still there. Even LaVey said, we still have slavery today just as much as we've ever had it. It's just not obvious. There's so many mechanisms between you and the thing, and it's genius because now you have to pay for your own cell. We don't even have to give you room and board. You have to do it yourself. Figure it out, schmuck. Figure it out.
Some people don't think, and they don't think out of the box, and they get stuck.
Yeah.
And they get used to it. Human cattle.
Oh, yeah. 100%. And here's the other one that goes back into the blue light. Social media, dude. Social media. The media of outrage. Now, we used to have a connected culture. There used to be what's called a monoculture, where, let's say last episode of Friends, or even more recently, Game of Thrones. Like, everybody watched it at the same time, and everybody's talking about it the next day. Or, Janet Jackson's nip slip at the Super Bowl. You remember that?
Oh, the mishap on she had on the show?
The supposed mishap?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember that, right?
That was a long time ago.
My point is, everybody was talking about it the next day. Everybody was on the same page. Now, with social media, I mean, let me be quite honest. This is where us vampires, this is where my kind feeds. And this is where I'm going to become an expert in taking away people's energy. And I'm going to use AI and make it my bitch. So this is what I'm going to do. And this is what, to a large extent, we've all been doing for a long time. But social media is like, holy shit, this is great. So the algorithms are expertly tuned to promote content that audience makes them feel anxiety, fear, outrage, all of the most energetically charged, disruptive emotions for sleep. Because we don't want you ever to really sleep. Because if you're well rested, if you're energetic, you're going to take advantage of your own energy. We want your mind racing with anger all the time so that we can siphon off your energy. So I don't know, Harry, have you ever seen the documentary? I think it was released on Netflix. It's called The Social Dilemma.
No, I haven't.
All right. So I'm going to put on the trailer for it real quick. So let's go like this. And then after we watch the trailer for it, I got one clip from it, and I don't want to get a copyright strike here.
When you go to Google and type in climate change is, you're going to see different results depending on where you live and the particular things that Google knows about your interests.
That's not by accident, that's a design technique.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded.
A lot of people think Google's just a search box and Facebook's just a place to see what my friends are doing. What they don't realize is there's entire teams of engineers whose job is to use your psychology against you.
I was the co-inventor of the Facebook like button.
I was the president of Pinterest,
Google, Twitter, Instagram.
There were meaningful changes happening around the world because of these platforms. I think we were naive about the flip side of that coin.
We get rewarded by hearts, likes, thumbs up, and we conflate that with value and we conflate it with truth.
A whole generation is more anxious, more depressed.
I always felt like fundamentally it was a force for good. I don't know if I feel that way anymore.
Facebook discovered that they were able to affect real-world behavior and emotions without ever triggering the user's awareness. They are completely clueless.
Fake news spreads 6 times faster than true news. We're being bombarded with rumors.
If everyone's entitled to their own facts, there's really no need for people to come together. In fact, there's really no need for people to interact.
We have less control over who we are and what we really believe.
If you want to control the population of your country, there has never been a tool as effective as Facebook.
We built these things and we have a responsibility to change it. The intention could be, how do we make the world better?
If technology creates mass chaos, loneliness, more polarization, more election hacking, more inability to focus on the real issues, we're toast.
This is checkmate on humanity.
Fucking love it. And you know, I was looking for the clip because I wanted to share it with you, but you know that Mark Zuckerberg, the guy who invented Facebook, he admitted on Joe Rogan's podcast that, yeah, the government pushed us to censor things because they wanted to skew people's opinions, and we did it because they threatened us.
Oh, I think I've seen that movie about Mark Zuckerberg and his 3 other partners when they created it.
Yeah, and that kid who did the horrible version of Lex Luthor starred as Mark Zuckerberg.
Some kind of court case.
Yeah.
They had to settle for them.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. I'm saying that he admitted to censoring it, like the Hunter Biden laptop. He admitted that, hey, we censored it because...
What are you going to do against a guy like that? He's got billions of dollars.
Who?
The guy, Gothenburg, he's got money. And how you supposed to fight it? He's got an army of lawyers.
Well, the government certainly intimidated him.
Well, government's just as bad. They do the same fucking shit.
The point of the documentary, The Social Dilemma, is to say that these things are engineered to be divisive. They're engineered to sway your opinion. And if whoever's in control of them, they can sway the population however they want. Yeah, because people are half asleep.
Yeah. And the thinking process, most people don't have a thinking process anymore.
Now let me show you a clip from it, which I thought was really good. This is the last thing I'm going to show from The Social Dilemma. Hopefully we don't get a copyright strike. But it is on YouTube already, so... God damn it.
The richest companies in the history of humanity.
Yeah, so these social media companies are the richest companies in the history of humanity.
What I want people to know is that everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked, is being measured. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded. Exactly what image you stop and look at, for how long you look at it. Oh yeah, seriously, for how long you look at it.
They know when people are lonely. They know when people are depressed. They know when people are looking at photos of your ex-romantic partners. They know what you're doing late at night. They know the entire thing.
Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, or what kind of neuroses you have, what your personality type is like.
They have more information about us than has ever been imagined in human history. It is unprecedented.
And so all of this data that we're just pouring out all the time is being fed into these systems that have almost no human supervision and that are making better and better and better and better predictions about what we're going to do and who we are.
A lot of people have the misconception that it's...
You remember that, did you ever hear the story about that girl who Facebook knew she was pregnant before she did?
Oh, yeah. they probably took her medical history that she had.
Well, I don't think they took her medical history. They were just, it's an AI algorithm that's judging her behavior. It's judging her purchases, her behavior, who she's talking to about what. And they're like, this bitch is obviously pregnant. So they started marketing pregnancy, baby stuff to her. And, yeah, it's fucking wild, man.
Oh, they could tell by a group a lot more than a single individual person.
Think about it like this. Well, but here, no, that's not true. That used to be true.
Yeah.
Now, now you remember 1984, right? And it was like, we're going to track you. We're going to know everything about you. We're going to know when you wake up. We're going to know what kind of food you eat. We're going to know who you talk to. We're going to know who you're fucking. And everybody's like, oh my God, do you think that they would be able to survey us to that extent? It's a fucking nightmare. And then the internet and social media comes along. They don't have to surveil you anymore. People give that information up willingly. Willingly.
Yeah.
They play perfectly into the hands of the masters that want to control them. And here's the thing. As long as you keep fighting with your neighbor online about politics, you're not going to notice that we're fucking picking your pocket and keeping you up all night. It's the perfect distraction. It's amazing.
No, most of my neighbors don't know what... They have very little idea of what goes on in here.
Yeah.
If they did know, they would be a little on the shock side. They'd say, what? You gotta admit, there's some strange shit going on in here.
Like what, Harry?
Like
Do
what?
tell.
Oh, ask those 5 characters over there.
As the great white huntress behind you over there.
Yeah. Well, you think she's in a cult?
I don't know, man. How do you define the difference between a religion and a cult? I mean, in my opinion, religion is just a cult that became popular.
It's a very fine line.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like if you have enough members, now you're a religion. But all religions started out as a cult. You know, Christianity.
Modified behavior. That's what it comes down to.
I want to be a part of a group.
Yeah,
Here's the prescription.
I can't stand alone, so I have to be part of the group.
1,000%. That's exactly what it is. Because they're fucking children. Ah, Humanita. I'm so happy that we broke up. I'm so happy. I feel free.
You're free? Good.
I feel free.
I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm free to do whatever I want. I don't have to answer anybody.
Yeah.
I don't owe anybody anything.
Now let me tell you something that I experienced, and I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I thought this was very strange. Now we're talking about sleep deprivation, and we're talking about the fact that people never really sleep because they're never really awake. They don't do one or the other very well, so they're just kind of always in this Waking Dead zombie sort of state.
It's a Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Twilight is it's not day, it's not night, it's twilight. Exactly. So I experienced something very strange where I didn't sleep at all for an entire year, and I felt perfectly happy and perfectly healthy and perfectly great. But I did notice, and a lot of people who have gone through what they call an alien abduction experience have had the same thing happen to them, where they do not require as much sleep as other people anymore. Whitley Strieber has been very vocal about this. Ever since he had his abduction experience, he only sleeps 4 hours a night and he's perfectly well rested. Ever since I've started having the ability to what's popularly called astral travel, I have the same thing. But there was a year where I didn't sleep at all. Now, what would happen was I would lay down when I became physically tired, and then as soon as my awareness shifted away from my body, I would be in the astral plane, or I would be here in an out-of-body state. But I'd be perfectly conscious. So when I say I didn't sleep for an entire year, what I mean is I never blacked out. Now, I think with what happens with sleep for human beings is it's a bifurcated mind. You have your mind that, hey, I'm here, I'm the Hat Man, or I'm here and I'm Harry and I live here and we're doing a podcast and I'm drinking some whiskey and soda. And I remember everything that happened to me in this paradigm. And then when you go to sleep and you dream, it's like you, but you don't remember anything here. You may have completely different memories, different experiences, a different personality, maybe a different physical form, different abilities, different friends. And what happens is those two memories never cross over. There's just a wall. Let's picture it like the two hemispheres of the brain, and they can't communicate. It's like I showed you that show Severance on Apple TV, right? Yeah. Where the people, when they go to work, they only remember work. Yeah. And when they leave work, they only remember the rest of their life. So it's actually like creating two distinct people. And that's the trap that human beings are in. But they can't do either one very well. So they're just kind of always walking around. Did you know that there's actually a psychological study that if you watch somebody's eyes I forget if it's 90 minutes or 90 seconds, but their eyes will do this little vibrating thing. I forget what it's called. But like they'll look left and right really quick, like their eyes shudder. And what's happening there is that's what people do when they do not accept the reality that they're experiencing. Their eyes shudder. And people will do that many, many times throughout the day. It's like Neo in the Matrix. I see it, but I don't believe it. It's pretty incredible. So, and all creatures sleep. I mean, sleep is a biological necessity. If there were aliens that came from another planet, and there are very specific reasons for this, we can be basically 100% sure that they would have some sort of sleep. So that is apparently, from what I've been told by scientists who have studied this, that's a evolutionary imperative. All creatures have to sleep. But yeah, for some reason, I got to the point where I never lost consciousness, and there was absolutely no divide between this reality and the rest of reality that humans experience when they go to sleep and dream. And I was perfectly well rested, and I really only had to lay down if I listened to my body and I didn't try to keep myself doing something. Really only had to lay down for 2 hours a day. That was it, and I was fine.
Well, some people get conditioned that way. If you get total rest, 2 hours could be 8 hours for somebody else because they're not really sleeping. They're not really relaxed.
Right. And I think that the state of, for normal human sleep we're talking about now, I think the state of sleep deprivation, it doesn't just make people more manageable or better consumers. I think what it does is it actually thins the veil between the worlds. Have you ever not slept for like a few days, maybe when you were in the military, like not slept for like 24 hours or 48 hours?
Oh, the SEALs go through a training program that if they get caught as a POW, they put them in a cage, the lights in there, and it goes on every 2 hours, and you wake every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Where they're playing music in the cell, they're keeping you awake.
Right.
And that's a weapon they use that
Yeah.
wears you down.
And the first time that happened to me, where I had a lot of shit going on and I couldn't sleep for 48 hours. I had too much shit to do. And I started hallucinating. Did you have that experience?
No.
You didn't hallucinate at all?
Only when I was in Woodstock. But that was a different story.
That's a different story. How long were you awake for?
3 days.
Really? And no hallucinations. What did you experience?
Well, no. We were feeling good from the mushrooms.
No, I'm talking about when you were in the military.
Oh, 3 days. That was when it was on general quarters, and everything was high alert. And we worked like 20 hours. We slept 4. We got up and we started again.
So how many hours were you awake without any sleep?
The most hours I was totally awake was like 36 hours.
Okay.
But I had a very...
Other than your mushroom trip.
Other than doing my normal stuff. But 36 hours I went under a little pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I was up 36 hours. Then when I did go to sleep, I crashed like a goddamn rock.
Yeah.
I just shut right down.
Well, so they have done experiments where they've kept people awake for 48, 72 hours, and these people are more likely to experience hallucinations, sleep paralysis. Basically, they're more likely to see me when I'm journeying out of my body to vampirize their energy.
Maybe they got some hidden thoughts that just came to light. Or they were thinking about something and you buried it, and now it came back up.
Maybe.
It's like having a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like having a waking nightmare. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And the more sleep deprived you are, the more that you're...
Sometimes the more horrible it is, the more you bury it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to feed on people, you want them to be sleep deprived because you want that low frequency, fatigued, fearful energy. It's perfect. And it's completely facilitated by a population that is voluntarily draining off its own energy because it doesn't know what to do with it. It's just a perfect opportunity. If you're not just going to give us your data and your labor, you are giving us your very life force. You are feeding me. You are feeding the New World Order. You are feeding all of us, and you don't even know it. You have no idea.
The light energy is a very precious thing, but there is such thing as a light energy that people could draw from you.
Yeah.
And you know it.
Sure. Well, I mean, Dr. Wilhelm Reich, he called it orgone. We can call it orgone. We can call it life force. We can call it the holy blood. Whatever humans want to call it. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter to me. The effect is the same. You're broken and we're taking advantage. That's it.
That's when you separate your body and whatever spirit you got, and it totally separates, and then it's a big drain.
Yeah.
We're only here temporarily anyway. But then again, how much life energy do we have? We don't know until we get to there.
Well, I think that if people could properly sleep, they'd have a lot more energy.
Yeah, that would help.
It might help.
Maybe if they would think a little clearer and maybe not take life so serious and worry about stuff.
That's a big one. Absolutely.
People worry about all kinds of stuff.
And most of that shit's never gonna happen.
I mean, no, worry is a killer.
It's all in your imagination.
People, men that are going through a divorce, they worry like crazy because what are they worried about?
Losing all their money.
They lose their money, their house, there's the alimony payments. Oh, how am I going to live? My whole life is doing away with me. I'm going to be alone again. You know what? Face it and just bear it because there's nothing you could do to stop it.
Now, there's a lot of things that people could do if you're seeing this. Nobody's going to see this. I'm safe. There will always be people for me to feed off of. And I'm going to start doing it en masse in the next few months with my AI. But it doesn't just go into, I need to get 8 hours or I need to exercise more. It's not just about your body. I mean, one of the things that you could do is very simple. Get blackout curtains. Think about all the lights that you have in your house. Don't bring your phone to bed with you. Almost every fucking electronic device that we plug in now has an LED light on it. Just go get some electrical tape. Cover that shit up. Blackout curtains.
Turn all the lights on in the bedroom. Don't leave a night light on.
Yeah, make it completely black.
Be void of all light.
Yes. Or, Harry, why do you think I love red light so much?
Oh, you like the red light.
It's completely different than the blue light. If I want to take a nap, I feel like I'm in the womb. And you know what? We have evolved to that frequency of light because at night, what did we always have? Campfires.
No, I shut all the lights off. I could live in a dark.
That's the best way to go. Yeah.
But that scares a lot of people. That darkness scares them.
That's because I'm waiting in the shadows.
It's totally dark. Some people need a night light.
Mm-hmm.
It's like somebody on the campfire. They need a fire going.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about this. It's not just bad for your mental health and your spiritual health, whatever you want to call that thing, your energetic health. It's bad for your physical health. So I thought this was actually really interesting. Let me show you one more clip here. And this is, let me see. Go over here. Matt Walker did a TED Talk, and he's a sleep expert. And wait till you listen to this. This is wild. Isn't that amazing?
Well, didn't Ben Franklin want to do away with daylight savings time?
I think Donald Trump wants to do away with daylight savings time. It was originally created when we were an agricultural society. We are not any longer. It's ridiculous.
No.
I don't get why we still have it. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, so when you lose an hour of sleep, they see a 24% increase in heart attacks. And when you gain an hour of sleep, they see a 24% reduction in heart attacks the day after. The same exact number. Tell me that's a coincidence.
Well, why don't they just leave it one even number and let the body go along with that rather than change the clock?
Yeah, because
they're changing the human clock in the body.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, and the reason why they did it, first of all, I don't think it makes any sense anyway, but we definitely don't need it anymore. It's fucking stupid. And Trump actually pointed it out. He said he wants to fucking get rid of it. I agree, and I hope that RFK fucking jumps on it because it's really stupid, and it fucks up a lot of people's natural rhythm.
It just screws up all the hours in the business world.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it used to make you run around having to change the time on all your clocks. Nowadays, most clocks update themselves automatically. Not here at the compound. We still have to change a few clocks.
No, we still got to do it manually.
Yeah, we still have to do a few of them manually. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's a very interesting.
But listen, you know, anybody who wants to block the vampires, very simple. Sleep in total darkness, practice meditation before sleep. If you want to get yourself to the point where you have perfect sleep, where you're not picking up on information from the outside world, the easiest way to do that, in my experience, is to make sure you are awake, actively awake while you're awake. Fuck the out-of-body experience. Let's start with this. Have an in-body experience. Be here. Be present. Be fully encapsulated in your body. If you can't feel an energy pulsing, a sensation in every square inch of your body, you're not fully locked in. Lock into your body. Be here. Don't be thinking about the future. Don't be thinking about the past. Be here. Get into a flow state when you have to work, where you're not conscious, but you're not really conscious of anything else. You're just like on autopilot. That actually boosts your battery. That's almost like sleep. When you get into a flow state, that actually has very similar effects to active meditation.
No, if you don't listen to your body, as a lot of people do, they get sick, and they don't know why. I mean, but it's very hard to get used to your body. It's like these guys, these shaman priests, but they know about their body and their mind, and they could separate them.
Yeah, sure.
And they do amazing things.
Sure. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I showed you my party trick the other night where we put a couple cigarettes out on my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't wince. I didn't pull away. There's a trick to it. Ooh, another great line from the new Manson album. I gotta know the name of it. God damn it. Echo, what's the name of Marilyn Manson's newest album?
Marilyn Manson's most recent album was Misery Machine, which was released in 2023.
No, that's not it. Anyway, great line from that album. There is a trick to get out of your skin. Yeah, and the trick is de-identification. You know, that's it. You know, so, people will always ask me when I walk out in the snow barefoot or, you know, if I can put a cigarette out on my skin. Oh, super healed up, like super fast, by the way. You know, well, you don't feel it? Yeah, I fucking feel it. I feel the pain. I feel the cold. It's just, it's not my pain. It's not my cold.
You transfer the energy someplace else.
Yeah, it's there. Doesn't mean I have to identify with it. I don't have to react to it. And if people could learn to do that with their emotions, they'd be a lot freer. Because rather than reacting to every little thing they feel, they would take a moment and think about it. Here's what I want to say. Harry, I have something I want to end on. Before we end, do you have anything that you want to say about this? About people being enslaved by very obvious things and not doing a fucking thing about it?
Well, the thing is to let things go, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Don't worry about it, because the more you worry about it, the shit's not going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
And like I said, go along with the flow. There's nothing you can do about it. And you're going to get some good sleep. Real sleep. I'm not talking about the sleep that you toss and turn, but you gotta learn how to let go of all the negative shit in your life and say it don't mean a hill of beans.
The kind of sleep where when you wake up, you stretch, you smile, you say, God fucking damn it, I feel good.
Right.
How many people experience that when they wake up?
It's a new life, new beginning.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, not forget about the bullshit that I went through yesterday, because that's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
And tomorrow's tomorrow. Haven't been promised tomorrow, so you live today for whatever it's worth. Otherwise, you're just going to make yourself miserable, depression. You're going to make excuses why you're going to blame people for your own misfortune.
Yeah.
Take your responsibility for your own life.
And control. Take responsibility and take control.
Take control of your life.
I mean, do this. You want a good nighttime ritual before you go to sleep? Leave the phone in the living room. Put it on the charger. Get an alarm clock. Okay, here's what people used to do before they go to sleep. They'd have a physical book and they'd read it. It's not a screen. It's not shooting blue light into your eyes. Okay, have a physical fucking book. Have a very soft nightlight. If you can read by a red light, that's even better. Another thing, recognize the hustle culture for the demonic invocation it is. I would say at this point, to rest is to rebel. Maybe to dream is to be free. What do you think about that?
Well, Sandman proved that. That was a good movie.
That was such a great series.
Folks, he didn't want the responsibility that went along with what he got.
Well, they ended the series differently than the comics. He never chose to reincarnate, or to die, I should say, in the comics. Either way, I feel like it works, but I feel like, even living a mortal life, if you ask most people, would you like to live forever? Most of them are going to say no. And what they really mean is, I don't want to live being this person anymore. I don't want to live this life anymore. And, for humans, mortals, rather than do something to change it and change themselves, if you want to change reality, the first thing you have to do is change yourself. They'd rather just die and see what happens. Which is kind of fucking lazy, in my opinion.
No, enjoy your sleep, because if you wake up in the morning, it's good. If not, well, it's over.
You know what? I don't want anybody to wake up. Keep sleeping. I'll make you dream of me, motherfuckers. That's all the time we have for tonight on the New World Order broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. And just remember, we're watching you too.
Someone is watching. There are strange